Alright guys, we're back and we actually have some pretty big news regarding Project Multi. So unfortunately we don't have another demo, we don't have another beta test coming, not anytime soon, not in the foreseeable future. However, what we do, we kind of have this note from the producers, right? It goes over some changes that they want to make, some of the negatives that they found, some of the positives that they found, right? Just from our beta test that happened back in, I don't even remember when, was it September? It was like back in August, like the beginning of August. And I think it went to like very early September, if I remember correctly. I don't fully remember, but what we have here is we have and they're going to tablet us. So here's what they're saying. Let's just get into it right now. Let's start off by saying to all those who participated in the beta test, thank you. With all the in-game and out-of-game feedback we've received, there's loads to work on. In this letter, we'd like to explain a few things of our design philosophies, as well as the direction Project Multi will be going towards its release. Okay. But before going into the details, let's preface by saying this letter will be pretty long. So, the original intent. Project Multi was designed to provide the experience of freely controlling your beloved Dragon Ball characters wherever, with whomever, and whenever, through its franchise's first team-focused multiplayer game. Specifically, we aim to create a game where a fun competition could be had, and most any player with a bit of gap between their skills. Okay. Yeah, fun competition can be had between most players with a skills. Deep understanding of the game and practice will serve you well, but swaying game elements will ensure that each round will play out differently from the last. All of that in roughly 10 minutes for a satisfying experience without overstaying our welcome. The regional beta test purpose was to ensure the above values could be properly felt, as well as other fidelities, I think I said that right, I don't know, including but not limited to network stress and in-game balancing. With that in mind, our conclusions for the 2 weeks tests were as follows. So here's what they found. So they had a high interest in future hero characters. I believe this is like us wanting a lot more of these. Whoops, I said my elbow made us out kind of. They want, I think they know that we want more heroes to play as, right? Because obviously they're not gonna have just those like 8 or whatever that we had. We're gonna get a bunch of heroes like Frieza, Goku Black, who am I missing? Like adult Gohan, future Gohan even maybe could be in the thing, stuff like that. General rules are not too confusing, easy to get into. That is true. It was pretty simple. Easy control, yeah, I would say so. Network latency was not detrimental to the overall experience. Yeah, I didn't really experience any network issues. Isometric views did not diminish the value of the world of Dragon Ball. Okay. The general aesthetics are in tune with fan expectations. Yes, dude. Oh my god, the visuals in the game are insane, dude. I love the way the game looks, and I'm sure a bunch of people and everybody that played the test can say the same thing. Demand for cosmetic yes, dude! Customization, man! Let's go! White suit Krillin, dude! Oh my god, dude. The customization in this game is also, I'm expecting it, like, yeah, I want them to exceed our expectations for cosmetics. For a beta test, I think the cosmetics were amazing. Especially White Suit Krillin, I think, is one of the crazier ones that we've seen. Right? I can't wait to see what else they have cooking. So now, here are the negatives that they've come up with, based off of our feedback. This is the negatives that they've, that they've seen. Certain game systems felt unrewarding. What do they mean by unrewarding? Like killing a player, maybe not giving too much XP. I'm not saying that is what it is, but maybe I'm not too sure. But and the tank. Oh yeah. Specific character roles, tanks outperformed others to an extreme degree. That is true. The tanks like Vegeta and Zamasu, not Cooler. I think was definitely the most balanced tank. I honestly think Cooler's defense probably could have been a little better. I wasn't really the biggest fan of Cooler's kit. Yeah, specific character roles, tank specifically did outperform, so that is true. Slightly confusing UI. I wasn't too confused by it, but I Yeah, I guess, yeah, it could be slightly confusing. Friend party system bug, yeah. I've heard, I didn't really play with this with friends because I don't have any. I played this once with Dale, but that was like once towards the end of the beta test. The friend party system, I've seen, from what I've seen, was pretty bad. So I do hope they work on fixing that, and because playing with friends is one of the best parts of these games, right? You're able to just queue up with your friends, play the game, have fun, maybe, you know, kick some ass on the lobbies, man. Like, that's the whole point. No, like, yeah, you can solo queue, but the main thing that we want to see is the main thing that we want to do is play with our friends, you know? So, lacking mobile tailored interface. Okay, I didn't really play on mobile at all. I think I played it once. I don't know about the mobile interface, but I could imagine that it could be pretty not as helpful for like mobile. I'd imagine the UI could definitely be, you know, a little confusing, or the controls might not be as good. Crashes and high temperature hardware on mobile. Okay, this is something I actually was not aware of, I don't think. Yeah, I wasn't really aware of this. Oh, I have too many bots. Yep, I completely agree. Many games were simply just bot games where it was just a free win. Like, it's not even a competition. You're smoking everybody, and it's not even fun, right? We're just playing with bots that, you know, not even a challenge, right? And not enough difference between rounds to warrant long-term replayability. Are we talking about, like, I think a reason for this is the mini bosses, and the boss is the exact same thing. They spawn at the exact same time, no matter what. Everything I think just stayed the same. This is what I mean. Not enough difference between rounds. That is, even we only have 8 of the 12 God of Destructions playable, like, not playable, but as like turrets. There's not enough, like, we like, this is a beta test, right? I mean, I'm not, you know, it makes sense. This isn't the full game, right? Not enough difference between rounds, I could definitely understand, because everything, essentially, all the spawns, all the enemy spawns, all the timings for the spawns are the exact same throughout all of the matches. So I can get people not want, you know, it can be boring. I absolutely understand why people would think that. So yeah, it is good. They're listening to us, and these are some of the biggest things that we were talking about and making a big fuss over. So it is a good thing that they acknowledge that they're a thing and are, so let me read this. Our intention is to further strengthen the positives and solve the negatives to provide the experience we originally envisioned. At the same time, we hope to keep expectations on what's to come at launch at a realistic level so as not to cause any disappointment. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, it's good that they're listening to us and they want to solve these issues to make this game even more fun than it was when they did the beta test. Major changes. Okay. Before moving on, please note that not all of our changes are fixes. Not all of our changes and fixes are set in stone yet. Discussions and planning are still to be made, and details of our plans will be expanded on the coming months through our official channels. With that, here's some of the major changes and directions on the future Dragon Ball Multi. Grade 8 being changed is awesome. Matchmaking, yeah, for bots and shit. Hero characters, yes, please. And game rule. Oh, game rules. Wait, what do they mean by that? We'll get to that. Whoa, that hero characters is so long. Gee, I don't want to get to the game rules yet. I want to go into it and read it fully. So, let's start with the grade 8 here. Its original objective was to up the ante to accelerate the game and provide a chance for either team to win. Both objectives were accomplished, but the latter came at a detriment for the majority of players. As was our original design philosophy, the Grade 8 will still maintain its function to encourage our climactic end of the round, but the boon it provides to its defeaters will be removed entirely. Wait, what does that mean? The boon? Sorry, I need to look that up. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I'm extremely stupid. What do they mean by entirely removed? What does that mean? Boon. I mean, I'm gonna search up the definition of boon. A thing that is helpful or beneficial. Wait, sorry, hold on. So if I'm understanding this right, I might be reading this wrong. So the Great Ape will still maintain its function to encourage our climb at the end of the round, but essentially what they're saying is the thing that makes the Great Ape beneficial, the benefits that it provides to the defeaters will be removed entirely. Are we saying Great Ape's not going to give us anything? Because if that's the case, then there's no goddamn point in the Great Ape. But if they want to nerf, if they're talking about like how they're going to nerf the Great Ape buffs, that's a different story. But the way I'm reading it and the definition I have looked up right now, I'm understanding it as if they're going to remove the buffs from Great Ape entirely. Like, Great Ape is not going to give you any buffs whatsoever. That's from my understanding, but I could be wrong, and I really hope they don't do that. Just nerf it. We don't need to completely get rid of it, right? Alright, matchmaking. Here we go. What's next? In order to pleasantly continue playing multiplayer games, it is essential to shorten the matchmaking and loading time as much as possible. So the reason I'm laughing is because another Dragon Ball game that's almost 2 years old. Dragon Ball The Breakers. The matchmaking in Dragon Ball The Breakers, but multi, it's seeming that it's taken Breakers nearly like so long to acknowledge this matchmaking shit. And then multi does it just from 2 weeks, man, of their playing. And then, you know, they do that. And then, oh, but by the way, you know, we need to make sure the matchmaking is not long as shit like Breakers. Let us admit that we overdid the tuning for this during the beta test, forcing the game client to instantly give up on looking for other players to match, okay? I did find that a little bit. This is simply our mistake, and although bots will not disappear entirely, that's fine, yeah. Matchmaking in general will be made better by launch. That's good. That is good. The less we have to just sit there in queues, waiting 10 minutes like in Breakers, just sitting there doing nothing in the lobby, man. The less we do that, the better. That it's good. That's good. All right. Sorry, I'm like stepping a lot in my nose. It's gonna be like 2 seconds. Hold on, 1 sec. All right, I'm back. Now moving on. Let's move on to hero characters. All right. To provide a chance for every one of our heroes to shine, we'll be making frequent balance changes, whether they directly or indirectly change how a specific hero behaves. Okay. One key point, you hope players understand that not every character will perform perfectly in. Wait. That this is that not every character will perform perfectly in the same meta environment. Okay. There will always be certain heroes outperforming another in certain scenarios, and we feel that's what makes this game fun and engaging. Okay, sure, yeah, that's fine. Our aim is to shift the spotlights from time to time onto different heroes to incentivize a variety of game. So they're gonna change the meta themselves. Like, I assume they're not gonna do like a boost period where certain heroes, you know, take damage and deal out damage more than others during this, you know, this like season, I guess, right? I don't know how they're gonna do that. I am interested. I am curious about that, but I also don't want them to like, what am I trying to say? Like, shift the spotlights is fine. Make heroes play, but I don't want them to make it so that some heroes are just flat out unplayable, and I don't think that's their goal, right? I don't think their goal is to just make, you know, only like these 3 heroes. That's the meta right there. If you don't play the meta, you do 0 damage, you die in 1 hit, right? I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna make any heroes unrunnable, but I don't want them to just make it so that like certain heroes just flat out suck compared to others. Right? I don't want like let's say they're gonna make like 4 heroes, like their spotlight, in their words, right? They shift the spotlight to these 4 heroes, right? I don't want those 4 heroes to only be the ones that people are playing just because they're the ones that do the they're the meta, right? And obviously, we're gonna have meta gamers. We're gonna have people who only play them because all their meta and all that. But I just don't want them to make other, like, if the spotlight isn't on a hero, I don't want that hero to be unfun to run, right? That's my thing, right? So that is not to say our beta environment. The beta environment was perfect. Yeah, it's not. It wasn't, but I still had a lot of fun during the beta. So, on the note of hero characters, the shop level and hero coins are planned to be removed. Thank God, the shop level was terrible. Actually, one of the worst things I feel like you could do, especially in a beta where it's very difficult, and it was essentially almost impossible to get your shop level up because of the way it worked, right? The shop level, I think, was probably one of my biggest complaints about the beta, right? So I am glad they're planning to just flat out get rid of it. I think that's the best case scenario. Instead, hero acquisition will be consolidated into the collection level. Collection rewards with curated order of heroes available. As heroes are added, additional level rewards will be implemented for players to acquire them from. For those of you who may be worried that heroes in the farther ladders of collection level rewards may provide unfair advantages, we assure you that every hero will have his strengths and weaknesses. So that means they're not going to have like free-to-play, pay-to-win type shit, right? It's not going to be, let's say, I don't know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta gets added, right? And he's a hero. He's, higher up in this collection level that they're saying, right? He's higher up. But, I'm running fucking, like, base Goku, right? Saiyan Saga Goku. I'm not gonna just instantly lose to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just because Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is in a higher collection level and my Goku is, free, right? That's not what's gonna happen, right? I think they're gonna try to make this balanced. I think they're gonna have every character just have their strengths and weaknesses, so that's good. It's good. It's good. All right, but now here's what we've been waiting for: game rules. I'm curious what are they gonna say about this? All right. There is some more. Okay. Alright, game rules. Although the specifics are still on the drawing board, we have plans to implement a system of randomness to sway the outcome of a match to provide a certain degree of unpredictability. Okay. We do not wish for players to constantly be forced to perform optimally in the same fashion over and over again. That's good, because I think something that I would try to do, before the Great Ape spawns, you don't want to save your ult for the Great Ape, especially for the end of the Great Ape, so that way you have a bigger chance of actually killing the Great Ape. That was the sense that the perform optimally type stuff they're talking about, right? That type of stuff is what they're mentioning here. Nor do we want players to feel their accomplishment and team fights to feel insignificant to the outcome of the round. So you also don't want you to it to be fully RNG, right? They don't want, let's say I get like a 10 kill streak, right? I'm absolutely cooking, and then the other team gets a bullshit advantage and then they end up winning, even though we've killed all 4 of their gods of destructions. They've maybe killed 1, right? And then they still end up winning, and it's like 8 minutes. Like, they don't want that, right? So yeah, we understand the Great Ape was not optimal in that matter. Yeah, it really wasn't. Regardless, additional rules and tweaks are to be worked on, and it will be disclosed in the coming months. Awesome. W. Alright. The conclusion. Our priority remains to provide long-term fun for all the fans of Dragon Ball through Project Multi. Although many of the designs listed may change at launch, that's fine. Yeah. Again, all this stuff right here, it's on the drawing board, right? It's not guaranteed unless they say, like, the shop system. They are planned to be removed. I would think that this wouldn't be changed. I do think that they're just gonna flat out. I think they're just gonna flat out like remove this. I don't think that's a question, but although many we will put our effort to maintain transparency so that our players will understand our intent behind gameplay changes. Furthermore, any feedback would be greatly appreciated to make an overall better experience. We look forward to seeing you all on the battlefield again. Dragon Ball Project Multi Development and Management Team. Alright, yeah. Again, this is just like the gacha games, like any of these Dragon Ball games, any game in general. if you provide enough feedback to the devs, they eventually will get the message, and hopefully they listen to you guys. And actually, you know, if there's enough, you know, warrant for it, they will change whatever. They will fix and listen to you guys, hopefully. But yeah, that's gonna be, you know, that's really gonna be it for this video. You know what? Let me know what you guys think down below. I think this was a pretty good thing. We got a bunch of info about what they're planning. This is literally one of the best things they could have done, I think. Just, you know, making sure we're in the loop about what they're planning, what changes they're planning to make, the stuff that they've gained from our feedback from the playtest. That's good as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the battlefield again, just like the Punch Monkey team said. I'll see you guys in the next one, dude. Bye.